Rise, ye ashen tarnished chosen undead, and welcome Souls fans, new and loyal, to your next installment of the Elden Ring Platinum All Achievements Easy to Follow Guide. Episode 3, and we're going to go through our first dungeons in this video. All of that prep, all of that horsing around coming to its fruition. But firstly, we have a little bit of extra prep. Well, there's still more prep to be done, but we're here at the Mistwood outskirts, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be heading to these ruins here, but we're going to do it the longer way. We're going to come round and then approach from this side as the safe approach route. So, horse. We're heading towards the east. Now, just making sure. So if you reach this point, be mindful there are rune bears around there, but don't worry. As before, once you get to the minor Erd tree, they will disengage from you. And that's why we're taking this approach, to be extra safe. This is where we grabbed our flasks earlier. Right, so dismount, crouch run. There you go. So you heard there a howl. I always try and make sure I get closer and hear it again. There you go. And it's actually that person up there that's howling. But once you've heard the howl and you're at the ruins, head over to the Church of ELLEH. ELLEH, either or. Have a chat to good old Kale.
Well,
First of all, purchase, and we're going to buy 3 cracked pots. Very important. That's what we're going to put sleep pots into, and then ask him about the Howling in Mistwood.
I suppose next time you don't frighten yourself.
He's going to give us the finger snap gesture, and we're going to head back. Oh, no. Thank you. Mistwood outskirts. Same path again. So yeah, that's what we're avoiding, is the rune bear over there. There's another brown bear over there. There we go. Towards the ruins again. Okay, and what you're doing is you're heading to this far corner. And go to gestures, switch, and you're going to use with test now square or X on Xbox. Finger snap, and Blaidd jumps down.
Who goes there? Kale sent you.
He's going to say that he's looking for Darrowwill, and he'll say, "Call me if you find him." and he'll reward us if so. While we're here, we might as well grab a gold rune too. So come around the outer edge here, and we are stealthing as there is another giant rune bear inside this area. And we're now going to warp to our most southern site of grace, the Agiel Lake South. And this is where we're heading. So we're going to do Blaidd a solid, I'm not going to be using the Bloodhound Fang weapon. It is a strength dex weapon. It is an incredible weapon and it's great fun to use. So if you've played the game before and you've done mage before and you want to do something new, then this is one of the other most common builds. However, we're still going to do this. A, I can show you how to get a really cool weapon alternative. B, Blaidd is going to give us a Somber Stone 2 after we win this fight. So when we get here, you'll see there is a summon sign. Summon Blaidd, and do not go further forward until Blaidd has been summoned. Make sure you got Rock Sling equipped, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that Blaidd is in between us and the enemy so that he pulls as much aggro as possible. We are going to be... There we go. There we go. Once Blaidd's started, we're just going to rock spam. And that is the power of Rock Sling. You saw there the stun. Now Blaidd can actually 1v1 the Bloodhound Knight so long as he gets a chance to heal halfway through the fight. So our job is also to help with aggro. But as you can see there, just Rock Sling, throw rocks at enemies and they just drop like flies. And welcome to sorcery builds. Head over to Blaidd.
Hard to work for it. Don't say I'm not.
Somber Smithing Zone 2.
You
Exhaust his
Sure
dialogue.
I owe you one. That's enough. It's time we part.
There we go. And yeah, so the weapon that he drops, the Bloodhound's Fang, strength and dex scaling, which only improves when you level it up, causes blood loss build up, and it has the Bloodhound's Finesse Ash of War, which essentially you do a jump back and a teleport attack forward. So good if you are not using ranged attacks. So that is an alternative if you don't want to copy my build. However, if you want the game to be as easy as possible, copy my build. Now, from here, head to the War Master's Shack. And we're going to do some leveling. So, we're going to spend all 6 of our gold 6. We're going to spend 1 of our gold 5s. And we're going to spend 10 of our gold 1s. So level up 3 levels into Vigor to get it to 15. That's our survivability by increasing our HP. 3 levels into Dexterity to get it to 18. That's what we need for our katanas. So this does not change from this point on. I think I put a few points into Dex later on because we reach our caps in other stats. But we're going to be putting Intelligence, Vigor, and a little bit into Endurance, and of course Mind to increase our magic. But main stats are going to be now Intelligence and Vigor. So yeah, so 3 into Vigor, 3 into Dex, 1 into Intelligence. Okay. So We're now going to be heading up here. Along the way, you are likely going to get ambushed by wolves, so just keep moving. Key thing is, you'll see that there is a settlement here. You are going to ignore the settlement. That's why I didn't get the wolves, because I went too far to the settlement. You're going to come up here instead. Make sure you've got rock sling equipped. Don't mind if I do with a gold rune here. And we're going to bop this knight on a horse. And then one way to do that, I'm just going to spam rocks. Sorry, horsey. And on death, he guaranteed drops the Ash of War Golden Vow. The Great Shield was optional. I can't do anything about that. I needed to pick up the Golden Vow, or I wanted to pick up the Golden Vow. But don't worry, I won't be using it, and I won't sell it. So up here goes a Scarab, and that drops a Somber Smithing Stone 1. So there you go. We've already got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we? Yeah, 4 already. So that is up to level 4 of a legendary weapon early on in the game, before we've even started the first main dungeon of the game. Speaking of dungeons, that's where we're heading to next, is to our first mini dungeon, but this is where we're going to get our first katana from. So head over here, and where the eagles are, you can drop down, head to the far left, grab a Trina's Lily, drop down, and then stick with the wall to your right, and eventually you'll see this man outside. Here is the entrance to the Death-Touched Catacombs. What a lovely name. Now we're not going to complete this, we're just going to get to our katana. We're going to get a few grave warts, which you use to upgrade your spirit summons. So grab the grace, have a rest to replenish. While we're here, we're going to go to Ashes of War, and on our S-Stock we're going to equip Golden Vow. So when you equip an Ash of War, you then get a chance affinity. So standard is what the normal weapon is, and affinity, in this case sacred, which Golden Vow allows us, means that we're attacking part physical, part holy. Now skeleton enemies, although they are weak to holy, it does not auto kill them. So skeletons regenerate. A mechanic that was very frustrating for me on my first, because it wasn't obvious how to deal with them properly. So you'll see they start to glow, attack their corpse when it glows, and that is how you permanently vanquish them. There we go. So just keep poking them, and they will eventually perish. So that skeleton there is an archer, so I'm going to quickly come, bop him, and then I'm going to deal with this one. Do not pick up anything yet, as there is another skeleton just here. Let him spawn and then step back. Let him come to you, as there are some archers in the distance there as well. There we go. We can now grab this Grave Glovewort 1. So Grave Gloveworts are used to level up regular spirits, such as the wolves, and then Ghost Gloveworts are used to level up legendary ashes or spirits, such as the ones that we're actually going to be using as our primary ashes in this playthrough. Get your stamina back, and last skeleton. Another Grave Glovewort down here. So technically you don't have to go down there, however I do like to clear that out, it just makes it a little bit easier. We're going to... nope. How have I lost the path? Oh, it's here, that's why. So, don't just rush to those items, as there are 2 ambushes. There's our first one, so I'm going to head back so we don't have to deal with both at the same time. And then once you come here, there he is. Grave Glovewort 1, Grave Violet. Get Rock Sling at the ready. Thank you. Fine, we're just going to knock you down. Make sure you don't fall down yourself. There is our Uchigatana. That's what we wanted to happen. Crouch, you're less likely to get hit. Grab a Grave Glovewort up here, and we can ignore all the other enemies in this area. There's no need to deal with them, so we're now just going to head back out. There we go. Back up. And we're going to head back to the exit. We are going to complete some of the side dungeons, however there are a lot of them, and none of them are, well, some of them are mandatory because they have legendaries inside them. Those are the ones we're going to complete. Right. And now replace our S-Stock with our Uchigatana. As you can see, this also causes blood loss build-up, and we're going to make this a magic Uchigatana because we're not going to be upping our dexterity, it's going to be dealing magic damage. Right, from the exit, you're now going to head down, and you're going to cross. There we are. Cross over.
Hello? Can you hear me?
And you're going to meet Alexander.
Oh, I at these.
Help him out.
Right, just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all.
Swing, 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 swing. Oh, thought it was only going to take 5. There we are.
Ah, oh, that's well.
He's going to give us some exalted flesh.
Once I
Talk to him again.
Doesn't I'm to red me. I've heard.
and he's going to tell you about the festival in the Caelid wilds. We will meet him again in the very near future. Head back down. Grab this grace for Saint's Bridge. And now we're going to ignore Mr. Pumpkinhead. So just stick to the left. Spam pick up to grab the smithing stone 1. Keep going, follow the path, ignore skeletons that are going to start getting up. And we're just going to head to this grace here, Summonwater Village, outskirts. So, I recommend here, summon the wolves, and use Rock Sling as best you can. Do note though, it's not worth using it to begin because he's going to play his disappearing act. He's going to come to this corner, and this is where he's going to summon a bunch of skeletons. Keep moving. When he raises up, move away. And he should teleport in the near future. There we go. And when he teleports, he's going to teleport back to the entrance. Don't worry about the lesser skeletons. He's going to keep summoning them, and once you defeat the tribal mariner, then all of the skeletons are going to pass away. There we go. There you go, and there's all the skeletons dying. So 2,400. You also get a death root and skeletal militiaman ashes. So the advantage of the skeletal militiamen is similar to the skeletons in this. If they get downed, they resurrect unless their corpse is attacked, which does make it rather useful. I can't remember what item that is, but it's not a necessary or useful one. There's a mushroom inside here, and there are some Treen's lilies here, and then this is a smithing stone. That's the only one of those mariners that we're going to be defeating. The rest we're just going to ignore. Now follow the path to the northeast, follow it upward, and we're going to get another part. Well, we're not going to get the map quite yet, but we are reaching another area of the game. Do not go into that church. There is a grace in there. However, it is a trap. There is an NPC invader that will happen if you go in there. Best avoided. It's not too difficult, especially with rock spam, but just avoid it. Instead, jump the firewall and come here for Rot View Balcony. We're now going to come all the way to the northwest to road to the manor. Head over to EG, the giant blacksmith.
Well, I presume. Oh, I am an old soul here, perhaps.
Strengthen ornaments, and we should be able to get our Uchigatana to +2. Tell them to please take care.
You come to I am Toten.
Talk.
This territory. When the raid after Levkarian, I conjure that is why unless you wish.
Blaidd sent me.
Lie quite a rare, perhaps. At any rate, I've some.
And now we're heading towards this entrance here. And we're going to navigate an area filled with tough enemies. We're going to avoid those enemies. I may take a death here, I normally do. Don't worry too much. Now what I'm doing is I'm sticking to the right edge. Do not stay on the path. If you're on the path, you are more likely to get hit by the spells. And all we want to do is get to the gate. Rest. Okay, so may take a death here. Now once you go in, this is a no horse zone. I'm going to put my lantern on so I have a bit more visibility. And I've got my katana. Now, enemies here, there are small hands. Those are fine. However, there are also giant hands. So what we want to do, come in here, grab these smithing stone 2s, and then get the heck out of here. Just keep running, follow the path. And just keep going, ignoring all of the enemies. And look, more giant hands. Keep going. Roll, get inside, and I'm safe. If you take too long before you pick up those stones at the fountain, 2 giant hands drop down and they will kill you. Grab smithing stone 4 up here, and then we can grab the manor lower level grace. So this is a higher level area than we are. Now there are spirits that spawn here, so listen out for a whooshing sound and just double check behind you, as there are ambushes where the spirits spawn behind you. If they throw the items, just make sure. There we go. So the easiest way to deal with them is just like that. Charge attack, and that will stagger them. And then just press R1 while they are downed for a critical hit. And you see as well they've got those items. They throw those and those glintstone scraps lock on towards you. They do home, so the easiest way is, as they swing towards you, roll towards them. Right, so 2 of them. There's another 2 that appear here. If you die here, just keep trying. We only have to do this area once. And there's my next target. So on the right here, you'll see there's a little dagger in the floor here. That's another trap. Do not stand still when you're on the dagger trap. That's why. So, we're carrying on this southeast direction. This time, a spirit will appear behind us. So, like I did before, don't be afraid just to head back, lure them out. Out. There we go. Guard counters are lovely things. There you are. So guard counter is after a block, press R2. Just keeping my health topped up. They are very resistant to magic, sadly. There's another one of those this is the one that you get close to. There we go. Rocks. Shield. So the issue is if they've got the shield up, they then resist a lot of magic. There we go. There you are. You don't have a shield, so you can get rocked. Okay, once you've made it to the end here, I know that was a bit of a slog, but we can now head up. And we're going to get to our next grace. Right, the lift. Have a rest to replenish. Okay. So, there's a big wolf there, and another one here. Now, these have a lot of health. Also do a lot of damage. Ow. There we go. Right. So we want to defeat that one. And we're now going to sneak. Turn off my lantern. And we're going to grab this gold seed. Carry on the sneaky sneak. You'll see why in a moment. There's why. You now have to jump across here to this ladder. Climb the ladder. Pop this sorcerer. Magic grease. Up the steps, stay sneaking. Bop this guy. So you may get some of the one of the Carian royals from down there appear. If not, then what we're going to do is spam rocks on this guy. Careful if he does get a shot off you with his crossbow bolts explode. Whoa. Mastodon fast grew. There we go. Now another one of these is going to appear as we run past. So what we're going to do, we're going to run up the steps and immediately go left. And there is a gap in the left wall. We're going to drop. We're going to drop down, and then we're going to do some drops down, and we're going to keep dropping until eventually we get to the ground level where we want to go. So sprint. Don't pick up this item. There's the assassin. Head to the left. Jump. 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 Drop. We don't want to deal with these pots either. Drop. Oh no, Drew, no. Oh, Drew, this is not where you want to be. Oh, Drew, you screwed it. Can I save this? Or do I have to? Oh, this is terrible. Please, game, please. Oh dear. Okay, thankfully, I can save it this way. Oh, not lower level. Upper level. I panicked and I forgot. Wait, I'm not being aggroed. I can attack. I can teleport, rather. Okay. Now we are going to stealth past you. As we're not getting the golden seed, that's fine. Don't worry, it's only 44 souls, so it's not like I'm getting a huge amount extra. Plus, the guide is designed so that I only level up when we are able to level up. But we definitely want to avoid having multiple assassins chasing after us. As they do a lot of damage. Jump. 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 Oh no. Oh, we survived. There we go, this is where we want to go. Find the flower. Find the flower. Here. And then here. We should be able to, yeah, lovely. So, that item is what we did all this for. This is something that in new games, in Journey 2 and Journey 3, we are actually going to use this offensively a lot more. But for now, what Carian Grandeur does is allows us to make our katana a magic katana. And with that done, we can now head over to the third church of MARIKA in the southeast. Flasks, add a flask charge, allocate so that it's 3-5, Ashes of War, Uchigatana, put on Carian Grandeur, and make it a magic Uchigatana +2. Level up, and you can get a level into intelligence to get that up to 20. How are we doing? Yeah, we should be able... so where we're heading to is we're heading into this area behind the church. And you can see the glisten there of another warp gate. We're going to use this to travel. Now, in case you want to use miracles in your playthrough and you're not following me, I will show you here the Beastial Sanctum. So there's a grace that you can pick up here. And the Beast Clergyman. Hand over Death Root.
I smell feeding. Tarnished, I should feed me.
And it's going to give you the Claw Mark Seal. So the Claw Mark Seal is a way that you can use miracles and scale. I can't remember if it's with strength or intelligence. Strength. So you can do a strength build and use miracles and make them scale with strength instead of with intelligence. Right, past the Guardian, he won't hit you if you don't hit him, and if you hit him it will tickle, if he hits you it will kill you. Head down, grab Gold Seed. Excuse me, I said grab Gold Seed. Thank you. Continue down, ignore these enemies. And we're heading towards this Grace here, the Farum Great Bridge. Grace. You'll see there's a big wyvern on the bridge. So we're going to grab this Grace. And we are going to do what we've been doing quite well successfully so far. And we're going to ride our horse directly past the giant wyvern, like we have been so many. Oh, he's actually a dragon, not a wyvern. Grail. Yeah. Horsey, horse, horse. Keep going, eventually he will de-aggro from us. But pretty much every enemy in this area can one-shot us. Head to the right after the bridge. Stay off the main path. You're about to see why in a moment. That's why. Got lightning. Also, there is an Erdtree avatar boss there. We're just going to stick to the right and ignore him. Jump up, and from the back of the tree there is a spirit spring. Airlift. Up we go. And we're heading for this grace. The Fort FAROTH Grace. And this is where we are going to get our levels in. We are about to get 15 levels off of one enemy. So, equipment, don't need your flask, put on gold pickle fouled foot. Boost rune acquisition for a time. Head over. Now, this, I love the fact that Dark Souls do not patch. Well, they patch, but they patch for PvP or bug fixes. But when people come up with exploits, they do not patch it. That is part of the experience. So this big scary dragon, and you'll notice in a moment, we hit them with the katana and it tickles. Look at that. Nothing. However, we can still beat this dragon. And no, we're not going to be doing this for the next 15 minutes. Because what we're going to do is we're going to bleed the dragon 5 times. There you go, you'll see the big chunk. So do not use the pickle foul foot yet. We don't want to use it until we're ready to collect the souls. This is going to take a couple of minutes. But it is well worth it for 15 levels. There you go, second bleed already. And I don't actually describe, so yeah, the exploit is because we're behind the dragon. So normally, if you fight this dragon from the front, not only do you have this dragon, but it summons a bunch of smaller dragons as well for this fight. However, if we are behind it, as you can see, it just relaxes, and despite the fact that we're slowly killing it. Oh, I wonder if it's going to take 6 bleeds. But the fact that we're slowly killing it, it will not react. It will growl, it will make noises, but it does not move. It's going to take 6 bleeds, not 5. So yeah. Having a weapon that causes bleed is the way that you deal with this enemy. I have never fought it in a fair fight. Why would I when I can get all of the rune goodness this early in the game? Whereas in a fair fight, this is one of the harder fights in the game. Might even take an extra one, you know? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to use the pickle foul foot here, as it is most important. And you'll notice in the top left, you have the little gold icon with the up arrow. That's what we want. I can't remember if it's 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but it's long enough so long as you use it when you're on the last 1 or 2 bleeds. Then you'll have it for when... There we go. There we go. That is how you defeat one of the tougher enemies in the game. 5 dragon hearts. And look at that, nearly 100,000 souls. Not bad for a couple minutes work. Have a rest. Right, so I am a big fan of survivability first. So as you've seen, we've had some areas where we get hit and it takes so much damage. So 10 levels into Vigor will definitely help there. We're then going to put 3 levels into Intelligence and 2 levels into Mind. That way we can start casting more spells without having to drink our flask as often. And Intelligence is our primary damage dealing stat. So 10, 2, 3. How are we doing on time? We should be able to get the Soreseal. So, inside Fort Farah is our first legendary talisman. Now, like with most things, this is an area, well, most things we've been doing so far, this is an area that is definitely higher level than us. So you may die here. If so, we lose 3,000 odd runes. It's not the end of the world, so long as we get the Soreseal. We're also going to grab a gold rune 12. So those are the 2 things that we're aiming for in this area. We're not going to sneak though, we are going to sprint. So, and you're aiming in this direction, you're aiming straight for a ladder, you're going to go up the ladder. You might get poisoned, it's not the end of the world if you do. Just keep running. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Hold the run button while you climb the ladder, and yeah, we avoided the poison. No, we didn't. It happens, it's fine. So, you need to come here, we need to grab the right side of the Dectus medallion. Now, drop once. Once you go down into this area, enemies are going to start spawning. So ignore the enemies, we're going to go for the pit over there to the right, and we're going to drop down. So again, run, 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 run. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Drop down. Light on. Come around here, there's a rat. Grab gold rune 12, out. Get one shot by the knights. So you can see behind the knight is where we need to jump across. It happens. If I can grab those runes, I will. If not, it's not the end of the world. Right. I'm going to put the light on now. It's my fault for not putting my light on. put the lights on and they don't poison you. But yeah, as you can see, the strength level of enemies here is much, much higher than we are even with our buff that we did. But yeah, my fault because I stopped. There we go, runes. So here, turn, jump. There's a giant rat here. Drop down. And this is what we wanted, RADAGON'S SCORESEAL. If you can climb up the ladder. There we go. And we can try and get out of here. By dropping down. There we go. I was going to say I've lost the exit. Well, if you kill me here, it doesn't matter so much, does it? Yeah, there we go. So there we go, we got a gold rune 12, and, most importantly, legendary talisman number 1 of 8, RADAGON'S SCORESEAL. Now, what this does, as we're going to equip it, it increases your vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity by 5 each. It also, because it increases your endurance, it means your equip load is increased. The trade-off, though, is you also take extra damage. Now, why this is so good is we don't intend to take much damage. Also, the extra health in the early game counteracts the extra damage. Now, later on, we will replace this because later on the extra health is not worth the extra damage, but for now this is an incredible talisman and it's one of the 8 we need for a trophy achievement. And there we are. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm just looking at the next video. We're going to get to Selene. We're going to get our legendary sorcery. So we're soon to get to a point where you're going to start chipping away at those trophy bosses, and that's where most of the trophy achievements are going to come from, are defeating the named bosses of the game. Prep is coming along. We're going to get our other katana in the next video, the Moon Veil, quite early on, so we can start dual wielding katanas, which is always fun. We're going to go to the round table hold and defeat the NPC that's going to invade us there. All good things, and we're going to level up our weapons. It's going to be fantastic, and you are going to get your platinum in Elden Ring. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed following the guide so far. Please drop me a like and a subscribe if you are enjoying it, and offer me any thoughts, feedback, suggestions or questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer and keep your journey going. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.